The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s was a period of time in the U.S. history where activists fought for the rights of African Americans, demanding equality and justice under the law. The laws shown in the Declaration of Independence, mainly the idea of equality and liberty, serving as a powerful foundation for the civil rights movement's leaders. As said many times by African Americans and everyone else who supported them, all men are created equally.
I define civil rights as the rights given by God to choose life and to live peaceably with all men. You know, men have a choice.
Segregation within schools was also a substantial moment at the time, separating the white water fountains and bathrooms from the black. Small black kids in kindergarten and first grade, would get racially discriminated against and treated unfairly by school authorities and teachers. This yet again shows a failure of the government to provide an equal, sustainable education for both races.
As we move forward, two school classrooms, white classroom circa 1953 and a black classroom circa 1953. As you can tell in the white classroom, you've got equipment, better lighting, newer desks, and books, as opposed to the black classroom, where you have dim lighting, hardwood floors, older desks, no books. Now, in 1950, Alabama is spending about $120 per white child in education and about $60 per black child in education. So you had half the resources right out the gate, along with the fact that you had no books in a lot of these classrooms. Some cases, these books would end up over in these classrooms, but after they were old and out of date. And unfortunately, there would be some not so nice notes left in those books for the black students when they got to this side.
That was with Brown versus the Board of Education, and that took place, I believe, in Topeka, Kansas, I believe. But it was regarding the young lady whose father was Oliver Brown. He wanted her to go to school close to her house. Well, because there was segregation, meaning there was a separation of races, meaning blacks could not go to school with whites, so she had to go further away.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
During the Civil Rights Movement, leaders such as Malcolm X or Martin Luther King Jr. reminded the government and other officials of their promise, saying, "All men are created equally."
Now, after many attempts to run Dr. King out of town, such as threatening phone calls, eventually, this night around midnight, someone called Dr. King and explained to him that in 3 days, if he didn't leave Montgomery and stop this bus boycott, that he would be killed and his house would be bombed.
The Articles of Confederation stated the fairness of all people being equal, yet the African Americans were still racially discriminated against by the whites. This Article of Confederation was made over 200 years before the Civil Rights Movement had even sparked even a bit of conflict. The Bill of Rights, the amendments, and all the other documents to give citizens rights, where were they at the time they were most needed? These documents were not properly enforced, showing the government was corrupt at the time. Many African Americans still believe they could win this battle of the Civil Rights Movement.
Wow, what were the most significant historical roots of the civil rights movement in this community? Well, you know what's interesting? You and I both live in Fairwood, and that's in Bowie, Maryland. And Bowie, Maryland is named after one of the first governors of Maryland, Odin Bowie. And this was his plantation. And on his plantation, he enslaved people. He enslaved black folk. And here we are, you and me, you're from Pakistan, you're Pakistani, we're not from Pakistan, but you're Pakistani, I'm black. Here we are living on this land. And I think that's a result of the civil rights movement that we have, that all men are created equal and that all men should have an opportunity to be able to live in a home peaceably with all men.